Hi everyone, my name is Neil Roger and this is my TAB proposal for my PAD747 class. Now the topic of this TAB proposal is police use of GPS-based tracking system in motor vehicles and its effect on the Fourth Amendment. In other words, I'm going to explore police use of GPS-based tracking devices and its relation to our Fourth Amendment. This paper will examine the federal and state constitutional law of search and seizures and as its relevance to the installation and monitoring of GPS tracking devices. Now, the question addressed in this topic is whether or not police use of warrantless GPS-based tracking devices is inconsistent with the U.S. Constitution. This question is highly controversial and thus raises conflicting theories. While federal law recognizes no legitimate expectation of privacy regarding police use of obtaining warrantless electronic tracking devices, state law states otherwise. Now, there are different states, based on my literature review, that requires that there should be a reasonable expectation of privacy regarding police use of tracking devices. Therefore, it does affect our rights, and it therefore imposes the Fourth Amendment, and there should be warrants in governing the use of police use of tracking devices. This proposal will therefore explore the context of the Fourth Amendment as it relates to law enforcement use of GPS-based tracking system in motor vehicles. I will also examine the legal arguments put forth for and against the use of warrantless GPS tracking devices in order to better understand the complexities of my topic. Now, this modern technology of GPS-based tracking system is certainly relevant to the course material. The selected topic reveals how this advanced technology affects the fields of government, public management, and the criminal justice system at large. It shows how dependent we are on the use of such technology and that life without it will be inconceivable. Thus, police use of GPS-based tracking system devices in motor vehicles offers a comprehensive understanding of the world of technology as it plays an important role in our everyday lives. Now, there are two major tracking technologies available to the police, which are beepers, otherwise known as bird dogs, and GPS. Now, prior research states that there are three landmark cases that form the core federal law governing the use of tracking devices. These cases are the United States versus Katz, United States versus Carroll, and the United States versus Knotts. All three cases, last name begins with K. Very ironic, isn't it? One is Katz, one is Carroll, and one is Knotts. Easy to remember. Now, the essence of these rulings provide that the tracking of vehicles in public areas does not implicate the Fourth Amendment and therefore should not be subject to warrant requirements, provided that such tracking does not pierce the exterior of a vehicle or enable police to track movement inside a legitimately private space. While federal law does not require the use of warrants for GPS-based tracking devices, state does require the use of warrants. Now, based on my literature review and based on what I've read so far, I realized that federal law states that there is no reasonable expectation of privacy when you're in a car. Now, your car provides public transportation. It's driven on public road. Therefore, there's no reasonable expectation of privacy, and therefore there's no infliction of the Fourth Amendment. Whereas there is a reasonable expectation of privacy in your home. However, state law requires that there is a reasonable expectation of privacy regarding the use of warrantless GPS tracking devices as it relates to motor cars. They say that it's an intrusion on one's reasonable expectation of privacy, and therefore warrants should be given in the use of these GPS-based tracking system. Now, to the extent where state law is consistent with federal law, that particular state should follow that federal approach in adopting that law. Now, since federal law is the universal law or the supreme law or the yardstick law to all other laws, that particular state should follow that federal approach and adapt that law and make it available in their state. There are also arguments put forth for and against the use of police use of warrantless tracking devices. One of the favor against the use of warrants states that GPS saves lives, money, and saves a tremendous amount of wasted man hours. It also enhances police investigative efficiency and promotes police safety. This electronic technology enables police officers to recover stolen vehicles, as well as it helps prosecutors convict criminals. However, the main argument that was put forth against the use of warrantless GPS-based tracking systems states that it's an intrusion on one's reasonable expectation of privacy. This is usually put forth by private groups and by states. Now, the already limited Fourth Amendment protection available to persons in public then do not apply to cars, because those vehicles can be searched and seized without warrants under a variety of circumstances. Now, Global Positioning System, otherwise known as GPS-based surveillance system, enable police officers to cheaply and easily gather information and evidence they would have otherwise have obtained through more costly means. Therefore, in a nutshell, federal law recognizes no legitimate expectation of privacy with respect to the movement in public, thus as movement of your car in the public, which federal courts grants even less protection with respect to search and seizures. Now, this proposal offers just a snapshot of the literature review into my topic. My topic is also still developing, and further research is warranted in order to understand the context of the Fourth Amendment and its complexities as it relates to the installation of GPS-based tracking system in motor vehicles. I'm looking forward to your responses as it relates to my topic, and any information I could get or critique is also appreciated, so therefore I could therefore develop my paper and my topic for the betterment of me as well as everyone. Thank you.